I have no clue how to start this video. Well, here are my Forza Motorsport car and track predictions. So, as we all know, Fujimi Kato is finally coming back. Thank God. It's been highly requested since Motorsport 4 and it hasn't come back. And finally, for the 20th year anniversary, they are bringing it back. So this should bring many players back into the game. Hopefully they'll stay, but I don't know. I don't think it'll revive the game, but I do think it'll give the game a little boost, the boost that it needs. This is big news, and now that we know this, they've also announced that there are many new cars coming to the game as well. That's what I want to predict today. So here are the top 10 most voted cars off the forum. You can pause the video if you want to read them all, but this is in order of votes, and some of these are my predictions, some aren't, but we shall see. First one, Honda Civic FL5. I think this is very likely to come to the game. Although it only has 134 votes, it just fits with the theme of Fujimi Kato, Toge Racing, Civic. People have been wanting this car in the game for a while, and I don't see why they can't get it in. So this seems like it's very likely to come. It might even come before the Fujimi Kato update, but we'll see. Next one, the Supra GTCC. This, I don't know if this has been in other Forza games, but it is in GT7. And I think with the Fujimi Kato update, as it's in Japan, this would make perfect sense to have a Supra in there, especially one that is pretty highly requested. Only 360 votes, but still people want this in the game. And they've added the R32 JTCC car as well, so I think it would fit in this update. Ford Mustang GT3. I think this, although it's not Japanese or has nothing to do with toge or drifting, this would make sense because they have been adding IMSA cars for a while now, the hybrid cars, the GT3s. They're adding more modern racing cars that are actually racing right now. And so this is pretty highly requested. I think it was in the top 10. So this seems like it would be a good fit, although it's not really Japanese themed at all. It seems like it would fit well with the IMSA cars that they're adding in, as it had been recently. Now, these two, I put them in the same thing. I think they both have an equal chance of coming into the game. Volkswagen IDR Pikes Peak Edition. This was in Forza Horizon 4, and I think they could use that model, probably update it of course, but use it again or rescan if they have to. But this would work perfectly because it is a hill climb racing car, and it would make perfect sense for it to be in Fujimi Kato, although it's not Japanese. That is where it would race. Now, the Acura ARX 06 is also pretty likely to come because it is an IMSA hypercar, and as you've seen in the past, they're adding like the BMW M Hybrid V8, the Lamborghini SC63, all these IMSA hypercars that are racing right now, and this is one of them that is in America and is racing as we speak. So this is very likely to come. Maybe not for the Fujimi Kato update, but possibly afterwards or even before. You never know. But I think both of these are very likely to come into the game. Now, this one's kind of a stretch. It's probably very unlikely that this is going to come to the game. It was in Forza Motorsport 4, and it could come to the game, but there's literally no more. Like, the last one burned down, so we'll see. I doubt it, but if they do, that's pretty good. Like, props to the developers if they actually do that, but I still gotta speculate. I think this has a low possibility of coming to the game, but you never know, so I won't put it past them, but I would love to see this in the game, and I think many other people would as well. And it is literally the second most voted car, and they say they're adding very highly requested cars, so that's all I'm saying, but we'll see. Now, for the tracks, we know that Fujimi Kato is coming, which is a comeback, of a legendary track. And over time, you've seen that they've been just bringing back old tracks from like Forza 7 and other games that, it should have been in at launch. These tracks should have been in at launch. But a lot of these most voted tracks they probably won't be there for a while. So with that said, here are my predictions. Monza. I mean, come on now. This has been in every Forza game, I don't know since its launch, but like for a long time. And it's kind of unfair that it's not in this one. And it should be back soon. I can guarantee it'll come eventually, but I don't know when. Hopefully soon. They have to be making it, for sure. They have to be making it. So at some point it'll definitely come. And as they've been kind of drip feeding us these older tracks into the game, since we've already had them, it's like it will be coming to the game eventually. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. This is very likely, I think. Sonoma, once again, same story. This was in Forza 7, and it wasn't in Forza Motorsport at launch. So I think this definitely has a good possibility of coming to the game. I believe that tracks that are in the United States are easier for them to get access to, of course. And this one is pretty famous. Like, people know this track. So I think this is definitely coming to the game eventually. Don't know when. It's got like a few votes, but I think this will definitely come to the game at some point in the near future. It's kind of same idea. Long Beach. It's been in previous Forza games. I think it has a high possibility of returning, and it is in the IMSA calendar for tracks that they race on. So I think they're trying to keep up with the IMSA cars, and hopefully they will start adding IMSA tracks. And this is definitely one of them. And once again, they should already have a scan of it, or they should be able to get easy access to it. And it would be great. It would be a great addition. All these tracks would be a great addition, but like Long Beach, it's amazing. So hopefully they will add this. Basically the same thing. Circuit of the Americas, Coda, great track, is not in the game at launch. And so this is, once again, one of those that I think they will drip feed to us eventually. It's in the United States, it's easy for them to access, and it's got a lot of votes. So it would be great to add this. Now this is when it gets interesting. Imola has never been in the game before. Never in any Forza game has it been. So this could be a shot in the dark, but it has a lot of votes, and it's a very popular racetrack, and it would just make perfect sense to add it to the new Motorsport game. It's a great track. Current racing championships are racing on it to this day, and it would just make perfect sense if they want people to play the game and have more variety in tracks. I think this would be an excellent addition. It just makes perfect sense to have Imola in the game. Other games like Assetto Corsa, Le Mans Ultimate, they all have it, so I don't see why Forza can't. I think it would be a great idea, and it has a bunch of votes. I don't see why not. Now, Interlagos. This has the most votes out of any track in the forums. So if they're really listening to the community, they should add this, like, pretty soon. There's never been a track in Forza that is in South America, from my knowledge. So, a Brazilian track, famous, it's in the WC calendar. It would just make perfect sense to add this to the game, especially with the amount of votes that it has. People want this track in the game, and hopefully, as they have been doing recently, I can't lie, they have been listening to the community, so hopefully this will be in the game at some point, but I don't think it will be anytime soon. Those are my predictions. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see if these are right or wrong. I don't know.